You're the... You're this. There.
You're the fool.
The rain fell gently against the floor-to-ceiling windows of their penthouse, high above the glittering lights of downtown Chicago. Emily Hayes, now Emily Thompson, stood there, one hand resting on the cool glass, the other cradling her swollen belly. At 28 weeks, the baby inside her was active, a series of soft flutters that felt like a private conversation between mother and child. Below, the Michigan Avenue Bridge stretched across the Chicago River, its lights blurring into streaks of gold and red in the wet night. It was a view that had always symbolized their rise, from modest beginnings to this pinnacle of success. Michael came home late, as usual, shaking off the rain from his tailored coat. He was the picture of ambition, tall, sharp-featured, with that effortless charm that closed deals and won over investors. Horizon Realty, the company they'd built together, was thriving. It started with Emily's inheritance from her grandmother, a nest egg that bought their first plot in the Loop. Her architectural designs turned it into a luxury condo tower that sold out in months. Michael's salesmanship sealed the partnerships. They were the power couple everyone envied. He wrapped his arms around her from behind, his chin on her shoulder. "We nailed the River North project today," he murmured, his breath warm against her ear. "Signed and sealed. Our little empire just got bigger." Emily smiled, leaning into him. "I knew you would. With your pitch and my blueprints, we're unstoppable." His hand slid to her belly. "And how's our future CEO doing?" "Kicking like a champ." "She's got energy," Emily said, teasing. They'd played this game boy or girl, but deep down, it didn't matter. This child was their legacy, the culmination of 5 years of marriage and hard work. Michael corrected with a grin. A son to carry the Thompson name. But as the weeks passed, the cracks began to show. Michael's possessiveness, once endearing, turned sharp. He started calling Horizon Realty my company in meetings and interviews, nodding to Emily as the supportive wife keeping our home front strong. At first, she brushed it off as stress from the high-stakes world of Chicago real estate. But then it seeped into their home. One evening, in his sleek home office overlooking the lake, Emily spread out sketches for a new high-rise in Wrigleyville. Michael barely glanced at them. "I handled the permits," he said dismissively, eyes on his phone. "Don't worry about it. It's our project, Michael," she replied evenly. "My designs are the backbone, and that land, we bought it with my inheritance." He sighed, setting his phone down. "Emily, you're pregnant. Focus on the baby. Let me handle the heavy lifting. I'm the provider here." The word stung, but she let it go. He was protective, she told herself. Loving, in his way. The doubts grew. Late nights at the office, once shared over coffee and dreams, now drew accusations. "Who were you with?" he'd ask, his eyes searching hers. "The engineers? Or was it that Rivera guy from Apex Developments?" Alex Rivera was a rival developer, old Chicago money, sharp and respectful. They'd served on a city planning board together, exchanging ideas that pushed her creativity. But Michael twisted it into something sinister. One Tuesday, a text from Alex popped up. "Congrats on landing the Wrigleyville bid. Beat us fair and square. Drinks to celebrate sometime?" "Well done, E." Emily replied politely. "Thanks, Alex. Tough competition. Talk soon." Michael found it that night, his face darkening like a storm cloud. A deal had fallen through earlier, leaving him on edge. "What's this?" he demanded, holding her phone. "It's nothing. Just congratulations from Alex Rivera. His firm was our main competitor. Drinks. Well done, E." He mocked the words, stepping closer. "How long has this been going on?" "Michael, you're being ridiculous. We're colleagues, rivals, even." The argument escalated, his voice rising over the howling wind outside. "I see how you light up around him at those galas. You think I'm blind. I'm polite. And I'm carrying your child." She gestured to her belly, but in his rage, it became ammunition. "Is it even mine?" he spat. The words hung like poison. Emily felt the world tilt. Outside, thunder cracked, mirroring the storm inside. "Take it back," she whispered, fury building. "Why?" "It all adds up, the late nights, the texts. You're making a fool of me. You're the fool, Michael. This company is ours, built on my money, my vision." He laughed bitterly. "I gave you this life. I made you somebody. And you repay me by sneaking around with that trust fund prick." She slapped him then, the sound sharp in the tense air. His eyes went blank, rage boiling over. In a split second, he kicked her hard, right in the stomach. Pain exploded through her, white-hot and blinding. She crumpled, hands clutching her belly as blood bloomed on her dress. Her scream echoed, swallowed by the storm, before darkness took her. The hospital room was sterile white, machines beeping a steady rhythm that mocked her shattered heart. Emily woke to fragments, the ambulance sirens slicing through the rain, doctors' pitying eyes, the emergency surgery. "We had to perform a hysterectomy to save your life," the doctor said gently. "I'm so sorry a baby didn't make it." It was a girl. A girl. Emily had named her Sophia in secret, whispering it during quiet moments. Sophia, meaning wisdom, but also a star in her mind, bright and full of promise. Now gone. The grief was a void, endless and aching. Michael waited outside, playing the grieving husband. He'd told everyone she'd slipped on the wet floor in accident. She refused to see him. The love she'd felt burned away, replaced by a cold ember of hatred. As she lay there, staring at the ceiling, that ember grew. She wouldn't just survive. She'd make him pay not with violence, but with precision. She'd dismantle his world, using his own flaws against him. 2 weeks later, discharged and staying with her mother in a quiet suburb of Evanston, Emily began her plan. Her mother fussed over her, bringing tea and blankets, while Michael bombarded her with apologies via text and calls. "He's broken," her mother said. "He cries every day." "Good," Emily replied flatly. The scar on her abdomen wasn't her shame, it was his. She retrieved a black leather folder from their home, hidden in her desk, the founding documents of Horizon Realty. In his arrogance, Michael had overlooked the details. Her maiden name, Emily Hayes, was on everything: the deeds, the shares. She owned the majority stake. A slow smile formed. He saw her as an accessory, not a threat. That would be his undoing. She hired Victoria Lang, a no-nonsense attorney known in Chicago legal circles as a fixer. Victoria's office was in a historic building in the Gold Coast, lined with books and abstract art. She listened to Emily's story without interruption, then reviewed the documents. "He's a fool," Victoria said matter-of-factly. "Arrogance blinds them every time. What do you want? Divorce? Settlement? Charges for assault? Annihilation?" Emily replied. "I want him stripped of everything: company, home, reputation. Use his paranoia against him. Make him think I'm the cheater he accused me of being." Victoria nodded approvingly. "This isn't law, it's war. It'll be messy and costly. I have nothing left to lose." The psychological assault began subtly. Using a burner phone, Emily sent Michael an anonymous text late one night. "She's stronger than you think. You nearly ruined it all. Stay away's mine now." He exploded in messages to her. "Who is he? Alex? After everything?" She didn't respond. Silence fed his demons. Next, a bouquet arrived at the office. Orchids, card reading, for the one who got away. "Your brilliance outshines everything. Thinking of you." No name. Michael's assistant ensured he saw it. Whispers spread. She hacked their shared calendar, adding, then deleting, vague entries like, "Dinner, 8 p.m., the signature room." He'd stake out the restaurant, imagining betrayals. At his favorite steakhouse in the Loop, a waiter mistakenly brought a champagne bill. "Sorry, sir," the gentleman said to charge it. He left with a beautiful woman. These pricks unraveled him. He snapped at staff, accused partners of leaks. Paranoia consumed him. The public humiliation peaked at the annual Chicago Real Estate Gala at the Drake Hotel. An actress in a stunning red gown approached him. "Michael, darling, since that weekend in Vegas you never called." She winked loudly, implying intimacy, then sauntered off. Rumors flew. Michael Thompson, cheating while his wife recovered from a tragic miscarriage. Another actor slapped his back during investor talks. "Thompson, your taste in hidden spots in New York discreet and perfect." Investors pulled back. Gossip sites buzzed. Chicago mogul's marriage implodes amid infidelity claims. Michael's erratic behavior alienated everyone. While he chased shadows, Emily struck at the core. As majority shareholder, she called an emergency board meeting. Presenting evidence of his embezzlement, fake vendors, skimmed funds, the board voted him out. 4-1. "You did this," he hissed as the room emptied. "Yes," she said calmly. "All of it." That afternoon, locks changed on the penthouse. A restraining order and eviction notice followed. His accounts froze, Cars repossessed, art auctioned. Friends ghosted him. He sold his Rolex for a seedy motel room in South Side. Months blurred. Michael, once king of Chicago, now haunted a rundown apartment in Englewood. Noise assaulted him: sirens, arguments, generators. He muttered conspiracies, seeing enemies everywhere. Billboards touted Horizon Realty's success under Emily Hayes Thompson, rebranded and thriving with community projects. He'd buried the memory of that night, calling it an accident. But nightmares crept in: the kick, the blood, her scream. The invitation came. A card with an address in an industrial zone near the Calumet River, 3 p.m. He clung to hope: reconciliation. The warehouse was vast, renovated into a youth vocational center. Emily waited in the center, in a simple white dress, radiating quiet power. "You came," he said, voice trembling. "I built this from ruins," she replied. "Now hear the truth." She circled him, dissecting her plan. The texts, actors, rumors, all her doing. "You accused me of cheating, so I gave you cheats. Hired actors, planted doubts. Your fraud handed me the company." His world shattered. "Why?" "For her," she said, voice cracking. "You kicked me. You killed our daughter. Sophia, her name means wisdom, a star you extinguished." He collapsed, sobbing. "It was an accident." "No lies. Live with it. Haunted by Sophia, by what you did." She walked away, leaving him broken in the empty space. Rain fell again as Emily stood at the penthouse window, overlooking the river. The void remained, but it was hers now, peaceful. Horizon Realty flourished. She funded shelters for abuse survivors. She was forged anew, unbreakable. Michael withered, a shell in obscurity, whispering Sophia's name in the dark. Justice served. What do you think, readers? Share your thoughts in the comments below, especially on violence and injustice in everyday life. Do you believe in revenge like this, or is forgiveness the path? Take a stand and let us know your views. Your stories and opinions keep these discussions alive.